to take the lead. Shea checks, steps back, three-point shot on the way.
Yo, what is the crack, boys? We need to have a discussion about Sga Alexander. This man is literally defying expectations. Last night hit a mental game winner, scored 42 points, tying his career high with 42, hit that nasty step back game winner against the Washington Wizards. To be honest, this is just something he's just been doing all year. A lot of people have been seeing this rise coming. It's been reported everywhere. This guy is literally the talk of the NBA. And people are surprised. What? How are you surprised by this? A lot of people, including myself, knew this was going to happen, to be honest. Shout out Cohen's been supporting him for a while. He's sort of the start of it. And I kind of oh yeah, this guy's going to be good. Yeah, definitely going to be good. And do you know what I mean? He's literally in MVP conversation. Had a 42-point game, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, playing clutch defense, good offense, literally the complete player. Easily won him the game. But yeah, man, what is there not to like about his game? He's finally getting the recognition he deserves. Like I said, he's being covered by all, the big brands that, cover the NBA. Finally getting the respect he deserves. This man's been underrated for too long. This guy was such a big part of that Chris Paul OKC team. He still did not get the respect. No one even really fought. People... he's finally getting the respect he deserves, but people were just always counting him out. I was like, do you not see this guy lost? Anyway, he's been in, for good reason, he's been in MVP conversation this season. I'm undoubtedly a top 5 MVP candidate, but theoretically, he is the MVP. Theoretically, he is the MVP. He is the most valuable player to his team. Hands down. This man carries the offensive load for this Thunder team, who, do have some good offensive weapons, but do you know what I mean? He's the main guy. He's like that guy. He's like the head and shoulders above everyone else on that team. Undoubtedly, he carries that offensive load. Somewhat the defensive load, not really. It's kind of, obviously more of a unit, but he's carrying this team offensively. And obviously without him, they'd be literally the worst team in the league. What, they're 7-8 right now, I believe. I've not really checked. I could be wrong. 7-8 without Shea, they're probably, winning 1 or 2 games. You know what I mean? So, theoretically, Shea is the MVP. Do I think he'll win? I don't think he'll win it. The timeline's just not exactly there yet. But, Shea's been breaking OKC records, and obviously, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and Paul George have, played for them, and he's doing things they have not done, which is crazy. 3 of those players have had 2-1 MVP and scoring titles, 1 in Paul George, who nearly won an MVP, but, we all watched that season. We all know how good Paul George was. Paul George easily could have won that MVP if, well, not really. Harder than Giannis were, definitely a bit better than him. But, yeah, I think he's had most points scored in, the first, 14 games or whatever. Then, Russ or KD and Paul George did. He's literally breaking OKC records, which these 3 Hall of Fame players have not done. 3 all-time great players in the modern era. He's literally the next big, not the next big thing. Obviously, there's Luka, Tatum. But, and respectfully in his own lane, and with all these great players, he's one of those great players that's on the rise, on the come-up. He can definitely elevate. He's one of those players that can win. He's doing it this season. He's elevating his team to wins. He's elevating his team to the wins. Elevating that team to actually a good spot. Obviously, they're still low in the standings, but for context, they're missing players. Chet Holmgren's not even playing. He can definitely elevate his team to become a contender. He is that player right now. He is that player. Absolutely, he's that player right now. But the timeline for the team he's on does not fit his, timeline. Obviously, he's going to be this good for 10 years. Or at least 5 to 8 years. At least 8 years. He's going to be this good. So, obviously, the timeline right now for OKC, it's not exactly it. I think next season, possibly the season after that, the next 2 seasons, that's when the timeline's right, okay, let's fucking let's do some damage. Let's actually go to the conference finals. Let's actually have a goal to make the NBA finals instead of, getting a good lottery pick. Once that time comes though, this man is going to be winning MVP. I bet you. This guy, he is legit clutch, great playmaker, great scorer, great three-point shooter, great finisher, great mid-range shooter, blocks, steals, whatever. He's got records with Will and MJ right now. That's how crazy good he is. It's crazy, man. How many people used to doubt this guy? It's so good to see. He's such a good player. Such a humble guy as well. You watch, the interviews and you're like, wow, this guy deserves to succeed. But I think a duo of Sga... I don't think people are even thinking of this right now. I just thought this right now. A duo of Sga Alexander and Chet Holmgren. with Lou Dort, Josh Giddey, like, oh, OKC have a dynasty in their palm. A potential dynasty in their palm. If they somehow get Victor Wembanyama, then it's like, do you know what I mean? There's like a 5-peat incoming, but such good stuff from them. He's by far one of the best, finishers in the league. Just pure talent-wise. Obviously, Ja Morant, that's probably his title, but, he's more explosive, more athletic, you could say. Shea's just pure talent. Obviously, he gets to his spot. People are blocking him from getting the finishing. He's getting the mid-range shot, which he's one of the best mid-range shooters in the NBA. Clear as day. His game as well. He's such a smooth player. He has one of the smoothest jump shots in the league. This guy, that step back he hit, his jump shot, it's just like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just so clean. Obviously, his effort on defense as well. Obviously, steals and blocks, it's not the best analysis to see. Obviously, steals and blocks is a part of playing defense. But defense is mainly stopping your player from doing anything, clamping up almost. But obviously, steals and blocks is a good narrative, good statistic. I got it, I think. A good statistic to show off how good a player is defensively. And, he is getting those steals and blocks. But his clamping, man, he is putting all that effort into defense. Seems like he's putting more effort into defense than offense, because the offense just seems so natural to him. It seems so, smooth and silky. 1,000,000% Shea can definitely be in the all... He was definitely going to make an all-defensive team. Regardless if it's first or second, he can definitely make the first easily. Up there, Marcus Smart. I don't think he'll win Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think so. But I think he can definitely make the first team, with Marcus Smart. 100%. Shea is literally the complete package you want from your superstar player. He is a superstar. He 1,000% is a superstar. 1,000,000% a superstar. He's everything you want from a franchise superstar player. Good finisher, I literally said earlier. Good finisher, good mid-range shooter. 3-point shooting. He's shooting 40%. He's not exactly taking that many attempts. Clutch, good defense. What more do you want? And he's humble. And he's obviously played with Chris Paul, learned those leadership skills off Chris Paul. Literally a perfect player you want. OKC need to do everything they can to keep him. He's literally on pace to be the first guard since Michael Jordan to average 30 points per game with 3 or less 3-point attempts a game. That's crazy. He's also gotten his badge from his amazing last 10 games with 42 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 37 points, 4 rebounds and 8 assists, 37 points, 5 rebounds and 8 assists, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 39 points and 4 rebounds with 4 assists. What the fuck? 33 points, 7 rebounds and 5 assists, 18 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Okay, yeah, every good player has to be on top. 37 points, 4 rebounds and 3 assists, 34 points, 4 rebounds and 6 assists, and 38 points, 6 rebounds and 9 assists. My fucking god, that is elite. That is literally, that is best player in the world stat line right there. I didn't even include his efficiency, his blocks and steals, and all the game score and all that shit. This man is elite. Easily a top 5 player this season, 100%. Easy going to be all-star starter is locked by now, I would say. Not locked. Obviously, knock on wood, injuries do not happen. But, right now, he's a lock for the all-star team. Starter team as well. A lock for the starter team. A lock. Right now, he has the highest field goal percentage by a guard, averaging 30-plus points per game. And, he's in a stat line. MJ's really the only guy in that stat line. He's literally in GOAT conversation right now. Context needed. Obviously, it's just a stat line, but he's literally the GOAT is literally the only other guy in that stat line is the GOAT. What? And all this stuff obviously was last time we see this happen was in the 90s and the 80s. Shit, I wasn't even alive, bro. I wasn't even alive till 2002. This is crazy. It's literally a once in a lifetime player. Obviously, his insane stat line this season of 32 points per game, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds with 55% from the field. Crazy. 40% from free and 91% from the free throw line. He's a 50-40-90 player. This man's cooking. And obviously last one, players with at least double-digit 30-point games. Him, Luka, and Steph. Elite company. That's Hall of Fame company right there. OKC is now a hands-down team to watch now because of him. Josh Giddey as well, and when Chet comes back as well. Wow. Lou Dort as well. Lou Dort's a phenomenal NBA player. That guy can pop him, score 30 if he has to, especially if Shea isn't there. And I'm hoping Shea can, improve. He will definitely keep this up. This is not a little hot streak. This is a This is a Hall of Famer we are talking about right now. Obviously, it's hard to say, he's only a few seasons in his career, but this is a Hall of Fame. This is a future Hall of Fame player we're talking about right here. I hope you understand that. This is a future Hall of Fame player. Just crazy when you look back at that Paul George trade. Obviously, back 2019, absolutely, you do that trade 100 times out of 100. Regardless if if you knew, I guess if you knew what happened, you'd keep it. If you knew Kawhi would get injured, the bubble, collapse that the Clippers would happen, and then Kawhi would miss a year, yes, you would, definitely not trade away SGA and all those picks. But hindsight is 2020. Obviously, back in 2019, that was literally the craziest trade ever. Even though I not to be like, oh yeah, I knew this was gonna happen, blah 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 blah. When Shea did that, he was popping off against the Warriors with KD and Steph and all that on. He was literally cooking them. That's when you knew, oh, this guy could be something. That's a Hall of Famer right there. It's a Hall of Famer. What? Not L for the Clippers. Paul George is a Hall of Famer as well. Paul George is a better player than Shea. This season, probably not. But you know what I mean. I love Paul George as well. But Shea, I cannot wait to see what this guy does the rest of his every OKC game now. I'm tuned in. And what this guy will achieve in his career is undoubtedly going to be legendary. And Shea, he's probably on a perfect team. OKC have assets, young talent, a good culture, good history of players. Obviously, yeah, players are leaving, but he's in a phenomenal situation right now. Obviously, the way he's playing right now, it'd be better if they were contending, but he can wait. He's been waiting a while, probably too long, but I don't think he'll want out of OKC. He knows what he signed up for when he signed that Supermax. Was it Supermax? I don't remember. But he knows what he signed up for. And I am excited. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like and subscribe. I'll see you later.